Welcome to the Equipped Disciple channel. My name is Rick McClatchey. I will be your host. We are here to be and to make disciples of Jesus, and we do that through Daily Devos, through Sunday sermons, and through other discipleship resources. We are here to equip you. Welcome into another day of your Daily Devos. I'm Pastor Rick, and we are finishing up Proverbs chapter 18. We took a couple of little detours to cover some verses all by themselves, but today we're going to grab the last 12 verses of chapter 18. And so come on with me for the journey. Like and comment, subscribe if you're enjoying them. If you think they're valuable, share them with a friend. It's great. Okay, verse 13. The one who gives an answer before he listens, this is foolishness and disgrace for him. Man, what a lesson right out the gate to just, pay attention and listen before you answer. Don't just listen to formulate your response. Listen to understand. Stephen Covey says it well. He says, seek to understand and then to be understood. Because sometimes I am so focused on you hearing what I'm saying that I don't pay enough attention to what you're saying. And so the one who gives an answer before he listens is foolishness and a disgrace for him. A person's spirit can endure sickness, but who can survive a broken spirit? Your physical body bounces back, but man, your spirit gets broken. And then what then? It's definitely... You need a God encounter at that point. Verse 15, the mind of the discerning acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks it. The mind of the discerning acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks it. So seek knowledge, seek understanding, seek wisdom. That is kind of one of the biggest, encouragements in the book of Proverbs is seek to be growing in understanding, to grow in wisdom, to grow in knowledge, because it just brings light. Verse 16, a person's gift opens doors for him and brings him before the great. A person that is good at what they do, it will open doors. So don't try to focus on getting in front of people. Try to focus on being great at what God has gifted you to do. The first to state his case seems right until another comes and cross-examines him. I think this is one of the most critical verses in the whole book of Proverbs. It has saved my bacon a number of times because anytime you hear the first part of a story, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. And then you go and you listen to the other side of the story and you go, oh, it seems you may have conveniently left a few pieces of the puzzle out of the story. And so we learn that we really have to take time to understand not just the first person that brings you the case, but to understand the other side of the situation before forming any too strong of opinions, so that you're not going in pre-decided on what happened and what should happen and what justice actually looks like. Verse 18, casting the lot ends quarrels and separates powerful opponents. It's just sometimes you just got to flip a coin, I mean, you just got to you know what? Hey, we're at an impasse. Let's flip a coin. If it's not a moral, kind of thing. Verse 19, an offended brother is harder to reach than a fortified city, and quarrels are like the bars of a fortress. Man, is that not the truth? When you have someone in your life that's massively offended, it's harder to reach than a fortified city. That you got to pray those things through. You got to approach those things with tons of humility and just pray that God would break down those walls, the bars of the fortress. From the fruit of a person's mouth, his stomach is satisfied, and he's filled with the product of his lips. Followed up by verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Again, we talked 2 days ago just about that verse. Death and life in the power of the tongue. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Where is it coming from? Guarding your heart, because out of it flows all the issues of your life, right? And so we want to make sure that we keep the mouth connected to the heart, and that we're not just talking about the mouth and what you say, but that we get down to that heart issue. A man who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Amen to that. I can say I'm amongst those that definitely found a good thing. Verse 23, the poor person pleads, but the rich one answers roughly. Ugh. One with many friends may be harmed, but there is a friend who stays closer than a brother. There's a friend that stays closer than a brother. There's a little bit of a Jesus reference here, because we are co-heirs with Christ because we've been adopted into his family. So there is this little bit of like, hey, he is our brother. And he definitely stays closer he's our friend that stays closer than a brother. Amen. And so, one with many friends may be harmed, but there's a friend who stays closer than a brother. And brothers are born for adversity, right? We read that just a couple days ago. Friends, guard your friendships, and also make sure that you're willing to go a little deeper with a couple of friends. You're not going to do that with very many friends, but make sure that you're not keeping it just surfacey all the time, but make sure you're digging down deep and really getting close with someone, because those are the kinds of relationships that really change lives. So I hope I've given you a few things to think about today. Probably the highlight for me is verse 17. The first to state his case seems right until another comes and cross-examines him. Make sure that you're always listening to the other side of the story before you go off and make too many judgment calls or decisions about what you're going to do in a situation. So with that, God bless you. Go forth and be wiser than you were yesterday. I'll talk to you tomorrow.